Ladies and gentlemen, I have an announcement to make. I've got some big news. Quite a change, really. I'm excited.
Whoa.
You're the first to hear it. I am officially a Regal Unlimited subscriber. That's right.
Wow.
That's
I was not expecting that.
I know. I finally made the commitment. Who would have thought?
I almost hit continue, when I checked out the unlimited perks earlier today.
They're pretty good, right?
They are pretty good. As many movies as you want.
Welcome to Requiem for a Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. I am Adam Pecora, joined by Le Chef et Juice.
Oui.
Oui.
Uh-huh.
Rate, review, subscribe. Check out all the links in the description below. Share the episode. Apparently, it's blowing up. I can't prove it. I can't trace the numbers back anywhere, but they're through the roof.
Somewhere in Guam.
Mostly U.S., actually.
That's already seeming true.
But don't know where. Don't know what platform. Doesn't make any sense. Don't know what's going on. But thanks to everybody if you're listening.
Shout out everybody.
We must be doing something right. Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, we have no paid behind this at all, so.
But I'm
organic.
excited now to finally get to go see the movie. So anyway, this is the genesis of what happened here. Went to the local Regal Cinema. It is the nearest the nearest stadium seating cinema in the area. We got the old Logan Theater, but not the most comfortable watch. The theaters are pretty small. Just more of a once-in-a-while kind of place. Anyway, so we went to the Regal to see The Substance and Smile 2, little double feature.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's so nice.
Yeah, love a double feature. Now, get there 3 o'clock, so before 4 o'clock, whatever, it's less money, quote.
Yeah, matinee price.
Yeah, but that matinee price is $13.50 or something, $12.50, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then the evening price to see The Substance was $16.50, $17.50.
Yeah.
So we're each buying 2 tickets, 4 total tickets.
Why so many tickets?
4 total tickets. I'm with my lady.
Oh, that's right.
This was me and my lady.
It's a double feature. It's the sub style too,
Yes. Good fusion there.
Thank you. But that makes sense. I would be appalled at that price.
So that's what I'm saying. So she spent a 35er.
Yeah.
I dropped a 25er.
Yeah.
I paid for the cheaper one.
Good for you.
I'm all about equality.
Yeah.
I'm a feminist.
You mean your girlfriend makes more than you?
Well, that's definitely true. Yeah, significantly.
Well, right on.
Yeah, it's good for me.
Uh-huh.
It's good for me. Not so good for her.
We're not affirming anything here. It's just that's the facts.
And so what is that combined?
I'm in the same boat.
That's yeah. Oh, I know. Don't I know it? So that's $60 right there. Anyway, the subscription is $25 a month.
Yeah.
With tax and whatever.
Yeah.
So, I'm not going to go to the movies twice a month. Listen, the amount of times I come on this show, which is supposed to be about me watching movies most of the time, I go, yeah, I didn't see it. I'll wait till it's on streaming maybe and see if it is. And it's well, that's not a podcast.
No,
You know what's a better podcast? Hey, I saw this movie and can talk about it.
Yeah, it's an investment.
Not even that
waiting to
necessarily.
happen for a long time now.
It's just movies aren't better on streaming. And they take forever. They come out on VOD, and then you got to wait from when they go $20 to rent down to $15, then down to $10, then they go down to $7.50, and then I'm willing to do it. And by that time, I've lost track of all the movies I said I was going to wait for, and then I just have to hope that they pop up, and then I remember, and then it's on the show 3 months later, and it's just what is that? What is that? And also, why am I sitting at home watching stuff so much anyway? I get out of the house more. Everything about this is a positive. It's a 14 screener.
Yeah, it's a big one.
So movies don't come out like they used to, so they're constantly doing screenings and stuff. Unfortunately, Fathom Events doesn't count, which is egregious to me.
Yeah.
There's
a lot of them.
They listed out because Fathom Events is originally supposed to be like, oh, here's a concert. You can like watch a concert or like a live event. But so many Fathom Events are just movie screenings, and those don't count, and that's a little upsetting. So you would have to pay full price for those. This theater also has an IMAX,
Lovely.
and it's like $6.
Well, no,
I'd have to pay.
Your unlimited is not just for one theater. That's your preferred theater.
Correct. I can
So
go
you
to
could
the
go
other
to the
one.
other
You
one.
can go to. I can go to pretty much all of them because the
Yeah.
Chicago ones require you to get like a higher price tier,
Yeah.
which gives you more locations anyway. So that's fine.
Like you can have this for here because it's more expensive that we're here, but also if you ever wanted to go out of state.
Yeah, like
got
if
it.
you ever move, you can get this for less money. Which
Yeah.
is like, I guess that's good. Whatever. So I'm excited about that.
That's long haul right there. They're like, these people aren't going to live here forever.
I may be going to see Saturday Night tomorrow night.
There you
finally.
go.
Unless it's still running through the weekend, but according to the schedule right now, it is not already, which seems odd. But their weekend schedule just like isn't up for some reason. There's only 3 movies listed for Friday. So
yeah,
that's
that makes
odd.
me assume that like
But
getting movies. I've never worked in a theater, but getting them is kind of like very fast.
I feel like they should
happens
know
a
by
lot.
now. It's Monday.
Right.
So hopefully they get a Nora because I need to see that right away. I skipped the early screening at the Music Box, which I really wanted to go to. That was 2 weeks ago.
Damn.
But it's supposed to be out Friday, and that's as we just said, a 14-screen theater. They better have
I
it.
think they'll have it.
Now that I just bought this thing.
So they don't even have like Friday night right now?
There's 3 movies listed. It's like Smile, which is obviously new as of this week, and then Venom, which is coming out on Thursday night, and one other thing that's big like that. Maybe Terrifier, I think, is the third one because they know it's going to stay.
There's no way, right?
Yeah.
There's no way that they don't have them all up, is my point.
Right. So, yeah, either way, I'm excited. Feels good to finally commit. I thought about it so many times, and then it was just like, literally, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Both of these movies cost more than the monthly thing for us both to go. Like, why do we not just each have one of these?
Yeah, I do discounted tickets through through a work thing, and that's the only reason why I've always weighed to not get it. But
it's just going to make you go more. I'm thinking about seeing Piece by Piece, the Pharrell Lego movie.
Yeah.
Why not? Because I can.
Right.
But would I pay $14?
No.
No.
Exactly.
Never.
It does make you go to the movies more. I understand that. That's a benefit.
So, and here's the other thing. The AMC one is better in regard that IMAX and 3D and all that stuff is not
included.
extra.
Yeah.
But AMC is only one per day. No double feature. Regal's double feature, triple feature if you got the fucking energy.
Oh, that's true. That's the other thing about being
Well,
unlimited,
and
you
the
can just
beautiful thing-
back-to-back movies all day.
The beautiful thing about the Regal also, right by Golden Nugget, but I believe, but an inferior Golden Nugget. Gyms, UIC gyms, they opened one right over there.
Oh, I
Yeah.
did know that.
Great Polish. The
Yeah.
onions melt in your mouth. It's unbelievable.
Delicious.
Lee's Chop Suey, my number one Chinese place, right around the corner. So we're talking
Maplewood is over there too.
Maplewood is right there. Ravinia a little bit down the street. That would be too far to go to, probably. But either way,
walk.
it depends how much time you got between movies.
Yeah.
You
Or
know?
if you wanted that gap, you definitely can.
Hey, maybe you place a scheduled order somewhere. You walk in, that thing's ready for you.
That's fucking awesome.
Whatever it is. But
On your pee break in the middle of
I'm gonna
Saturday
be-
night.
that's my second home now. That's the plan.
That's what's up.
I'm getting I'm milking the fuck out of this thing.
Yeah.
That's my plan.
Get your $25 worth.
And the beautiful thing is that like it was nice out, so that's a big factor. But like walked there, that's a huge thing.
Nice.
Is that like I will not be relied Like I won't have to rely on a thing to get there.
Wait, where is yours again? The one on Western?
Diversey and Western.
How close is that? A mile and a half?
No, it's like just under 2 miles. It was about a 40-minute walk.
Nice.
It's not ideal to walk there
But there's bus.
in timing. The bus would get us there in 15,
Yeah.
which is beautiful.
Gotta love that.
So either way, it's doable, and like there's other options, you know. And so if you're really stranded and it's cold or something, there's like the Western bus down to the Blue Line. Million options.
Yeah.
So I'm happy about it. Spent 10 minutes of the pod on that. We can move on now. It's big news. It's big news.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I'm willing to pay $16.99 a month for fucking Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus. I open Disney Plus once every 2 months, and then I don't watch anything on it. Hulu barely has fucking anything outside of the stuff that is like live updated. That's new shows and Only Murders in the Building. It's like the only original that's good on there.
Yeah.
And ESPN Plus is awesome, but it's like, so I can't spend $25 a month even though I'm spending $40 a month at the movies anyway. It's just like, what are we doing? All right.
Yeah, because you get discounts on fucking drinks and shit, too.
And it's like 10%. Who cares? You wouldn't buy stuff from there, though. You just bring it in. They don't check.
They never check.
They don't check.
They don't check.
They don't care.
But I'm
But also, like I said, if I'm doing double feature, I go for a break.
I already am a
I
part
bring
of
my
their
one-hitter
rewards
between
thing, so I get like free upgrades for my drinks and shit. So it only ends up being like $8 for like a drink and a popcorn.
I wish I wasn't even a rewards member. I should have been. Nice. That's a lot of points.
I know. I use them all the time.
See, I should have been doing that. Been going there for years, and I don't. But now we're gonna start building them up.
Yeah, build that shit up, because then it's just like all good. You know.
So
you're spending $15 at the movies. Never get booze there. I learned that the last time.
It's way too much money. Just bring it in.
It was $11 for a beer.
Just bring it all in.
I know. A good Sapporo.
It's easy. Just go get a little half pint of Jim or Jack or Evan, one of your boys. Just back pocket that thing. Then buy a soda, I guess, if you want.
Yeah.
And then you have a nice fountain soda to mix it with.
Oh my
But
God. I'm going tonight. Fuck it.
There you go.
I need to see the Wild Robot. I'm so excited for that.
I'm still trying to see Robot Dreams. I'm going to rent that soon and watch it.
I'm not renting shit.
All right.
Everything's
Anyway.
coming out.
So first movie we saw was Smile 2.
Yeah, wait. I'm going to mention on top of this.
Uh-huh.
I didn't see either of the movies that you're about to review, but I'm down for them to be spoiled because I'm not super interested in them. You don't have to react to that. But also, the only reason why I've been away for so long is because I was waiting to see Joker 2, and I still haven't seen it or listened to the episode. So this one, I was like, I could jump into.
Nobody really seems to agree with me. It's not really resonating.
It's bullshit. Hannah is a Lady Gaga fan and was like, do we really want to see that? I'm like, I hate that you said that.
Did you not even see? Oh, she's out on it already?
Yeah.
Because of the negative press?
Yes.
Listen, I only get the level of like, well, that was fucking bleak, and if you weren't entertained and you thought that it was like really just boring and dull and bleak, that's fine. I can see that angle. My thing is more of just like, even the press being like, that was a musical? We've known the whole time. The beginning announcement was, this will be a musical. And my reaction was, that's fucking stupid at the time, and thought it was going to be stupid until the trailer came out. And then I was like, that seems kind of interesting. And then the press was, as I just mentioned, before it was released. And then I went, oh, wait, this must be something more than what I expected. But no, everybody else just went, I didn't expect a musical, so it's bad. And that seems odd.
Yeah.
That seems like coordinated.
Everybody seems to think that it being a musical overshadows the entire cinematic experience that is Joker too.
It's not a musical also, really.
Right. And I don't think that it is, and
But
I have yet to find out.
I mean, there's a lot of singing, but
but-
it's not a musical weirdly at the same time.
I mean, everybody knows, like, Pink Floyd The Wall did really good. Everybody responded
It's not
well
like
to that.
at all. It's not like that at all. So when I say it's not a musical, like they break into song, but like only them. It's never like a choreographed big thing. And they pretty much only sing like vintage like show tune songs. There's not like original songs.
Yeah.
And it's maybe like 25 total minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
So
That's sick.
it's not like a true musical in the sense that like the main focus is like we're doing a movie to get to the songs. It's more of like this is a movie and there's songs.
Yeah.
Like it's such a lower percentage. It's not the main feature, and yeah.
Anyway, I thought that by now I would have seen it, but I also am now
Well,
finding out
become
that
a member and
It
just go
might
see
not. It might not be in theaters for much longer.
No, nobody's going.
Right, and that's a huge bummer because it's now been 2 weeks now, I think.
So sign up and go.
I'm really almost pulled the trigger today.
You should go.
Anyway,
It was good.
to your movies.
Here's the thing. Either way, it's like incredibly cinematic and looks great in theaters. We saw IMAX.
Oh.
So speaking of, those are $28 tickets at the Regal. I looked at an IMAX. They're doing an IMAX one night only screening of The Witch this week.
Is that a Fathom event?
No, not that one.
Thank God.
IMAX is $7
Ooh.
for me.
Ooh.
So it's like, that's fair. It would. I know since I just went, I know that would cost $28. So you're basically just
that
charging me the
movie
difference.
Rips. That's like one of my top 3.
Robert
horrors.
Eggers is my favorite new director by far. I mean, he's not that new anymore, but like ever since I saw The Witch and then The Lighthouse,
Yeah.
I was in. Saw The
Yeah.
Northman immediately. Loved it. Like, I love him. He's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, my favorite young director by a million. Nosferatu's going to be fucking insane.
I'm super excited for that.
So, yeah, this is a big Robert Eggers podcast. Shout out Robert Eggers. New Hampshire man.
Bleak out in New
So
Hampshire.
you know he's fucked up. He just missed the Fenty. Anyway, so Smile 2, 18 minutes. That's not bad. We're ahead of schedule.
18. I mean, the smile. I didn't see the Smile 1 either.
We're ahead of schedule on the double feature.
I have no interest in whatever the Smile was.
Listen, here's the thing. Okay, so Smile 1, great marketing. They had all the people go to the games and smile on camera and shit, and that was really creative and clever. Watched it on streaming after it came out, as we discussed earlier. See, it's all tied together. I planned all that. And was fucked up. Super fucked up. Crossed as hell. Barely remember it. Hated it, though. Didn't like it. It was a slog. Snoozer. Terrible. Not terrible. I won't go that far.
Something's killing somebody because of something.
But I didn't like it. I didn't like it. The premise is essentially like you start seeing people smiling at you. And then slowly and slowly more and more people are smiling at you. And then eventually the people that are smiling at you are like doing crazy shit. Like killing stuff, or like somebody killed a squirrel or whatever. They're doing weird shit that freaks you out. And then eventually it doesn't matter. And it just keeps like ruining. It keeps fucking with your head. Stuff is or isn't real. You can't tell. You become crazy.
It's like an anthology, or is it like a family?
It's about like it's people in a town, or I don't remember. I don't really remember.
Right.
But it's not a big scale in the first movie.
Yes.
Standard horror movie scale, like 8 or 9 people.
Yeah.
Whatever. And then as you descent into madness from all the smile related things, the last thing you do is you smile at somebody and then you kill yourself in front of them. And then that's how if they witness it and then they get the possession. It's effectively like an entity that is like a worm in your brain.
Yeah.
What is the term for that?
Brainwashing?
No. Like a parasite.
Oh, okay.
It's like a parasite, but it's an entity.
Yeah. It's a spirit parasite.
Correct. A spiricide.
If you may.
Yeah.
I guess.
And so that's how it gets passed, though. You kill yourself because you as a host are now compromised. Your brain is too crazy and it can't feed off you anymore. So then it needs
you smile and then kill yourself.
It needs you to kill yourself so it can be released, but only to a witness that it can be released directly to. So that's the premise. It gets passed around, blah, 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 blah. And whatever happens. And it wasn't very good. And then...
So do you only smile when you make an honest exchange with somebody? Is that like the moral of the story, you know?
No. Nothing like that.
It seems so silly.
Smiles have no significance. It's not a metaphor for anything. It's just a horror movie.
It's silly. Fun. Quick. Is it quick at least?
No.
Oh.
No. Smile 2 hours, 7 minutes, I believe. And it felt like it.
That's too long.
So it starts off right at the beginning where it left off. That dude who's fucking and everything, the guy who was in Strange Darling. I don't know. My girlfriend loves
Harry
the guy.
Harry Styles?
That's Don't Worry, Darling.
Okay.
Not the same movie, not the same guy. Anyway, starts off with him. I guess he was like the last guy who got the smile at the end of the first one.
Picks right back up.
Yeah, and so he basically is like robbing a drug house and is trying to like pin it on like bad guys.
The smile?
Yeah. And then that gets all fucked up and it ends up being, it's actually like a pretty sick like action movie scene of him like robbing a trap house. It's pretty dope. And then that shows how it gets passed to this one guy. And the other guy is a drug dealer. He's picking up like wholesale from the drug house. So by mistake, that guy ends up infected with the smile. That guy is the drug dealer for like a giant pop star. This is a fictional pop star. That's who this movie is about. Of which I'm like, I saw Smile 1 crossed 2 years ago. Am I supposed to know this bitch? Does this have anything to do with the last movie? The answer is no. So just that little, there's like a 10-second thing that's relevant to the first movie. And then they're like, now it's just changing and scaled up. So,
and the drug dealer smiles at her.
She is a recovering addict drug pop star. So she needs some Vicodin because her back hurts because while she was drunk and on coke with her boyfriend, she flipped out and grabbed the wheel, drove them off the road, killed him. She survived. This is set in the 6-month aftermath of that incident, and they unveil that incident over time, over the course of a 2-hour movie, which they didn't need to do. Could have just given us a quick backstory, but they built it up like they think like fucking Quentin Tarantino or something, trying to show me like fragmented time structure for a story that we all saw what was coming. You could tell what was going to happen. They didn't need to chop it into little bits. It was so dumb.
Everybody does that.
And they're like trying to get her on tour, but she's going crazy because of the smile and is like a recovering drug addict, and they're basically pushing her to do it. And I don't know why. This sounds
already better than the first one.
I don't know why there's multiple pop star horror movie things coming out, like Trap earlier this year. I don't know what's going on with that stuff. So that it was just weird that this is one also. And it's kind of like, it's like the plot of The Idol in a way, where it's like she was like a recovering drug addict and then they're like forcing her to do more stuff. It's like kind of like that.
Yeah.
But then it's a horror movie and yeah, I don't know. She just starts to lose her mind and then it gets absurd. And
And then she smiles on
then there's
camera
a
and
Fight
everyone
Club.
gets
No,
it.
then there's a Fight Club moment, and she goes, "No, I'm in control. I'm driving the car." And it's like, that's Fight Club. Why are we doing this in Smile the horror movie? There's moments when she like needs to contact someone like in a hurry, so she's texting them frantically, and it's like, that's what a phone call is for. Call the person. And then there's when she goes, "I'm in control," she stops in an intersection and then sits there. And it's like, yeah, you're in control, I guess. Maybe go do something. And then she's in a Pizza Hut basement with some guy who claims that his brother had the smile, who is maybe from the first movie. Again, don't know if that's supposed to be relevant or not. And then she like battles her inner demon whatever thing. And then they go, "Oh, actually, she's at the concert the whole time and none of this happened."
What?
Yeah. She kills her mom in a hospital. Didn't happen. They like undo the whole thing. They undo the whole thing. The whole movie didn't happen. That's the end of the movie. However, it then reveals that
No.
she did have the smile and is now at the end of it. And that's why her delusion has been so crazy, that she's actually been at the concert the whole time, because she then kills herself in front of an entire stadium of people, technically then passing it to 20,000 people.
There we go.
Which would make Smile 3 crazy. However, the whole movie didn't happen. The whole movie. It already wasn't good. You know, like, that's the problem. It did get too crazy. I mean, she's like murdering people in a hospital and then just getting away. And like nobody really cares. Like her friend sees her covered in blood and is like, "Oh, I'll drive you wherever you want to go. Let's go to Staten Island right now."
What the fuck?
And she's covered in blood and like is holding a gun, and they carjack somebody, and it's all really crazy and absurd. And you're like, man, this movie's terrible. And then it's a cop out to then be like, well, it all wasn't real anyway. It was a delusion of the smile. That's how. So it was like Inception and Fight Club, but a horror movie about a smile demon.
So this demon effect, do they do anything when somebody kills themselves? Do they do like a and like there's like a thing that like
No, not really.
Okay.
It doesn't transfer this whole movie. It transfers from the drug dealer to the girl, and that's it.
Okay.
The pop singer. And then it's about like her descent into madness. But like we don't know her.
Maybe it was
and
the
like,
smile and the
she's
Vicodin
only
that
portrayed
did it.
as a drug addict who kills a guy in the previous thing. And then the whole movie, she treats everyone like shit. So it's like, am I rooting for her? Like, not really. And then she just, it just doesn't make sense.
Well, they definitely build up the suspense of you caring about this crazy lady.
Did they?
I don't know. It seems like it.
No, that's what I was saying. There's no reason to care about her.
No, just to say that you don't like her, to come to that conclusion when you didn't know her at the beginning, it's just like, yeah. Like,
Oh, I didn't like her the whole time. That's what I'm saying. There's nothing likable about the character really at all.
yeah. It doesn't sound like
And they keep talking about like what happened between her and her friend. Again, I keep thinking like, am I supposed to know? And it's like, no. And then they kind of don't even really explain it. And then again, the whole movie just didn't happen. So none of it fucking matters anyway.
crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, and then they're just like, oh, her mom and all the characters you saw. And there's a scene where she like has a complete like breakdown in front of a bunch of people at an award show. And then she like pushes an old lady off the stage into a table and shit. And it's like really, it would be really funny because it's like, oh, a pop star crazy moment, loses her mind. This would be nuts. And no, just didn't happen.
Well, how do people react in the moment when she?
They freaked out. Like, yeah, it was nuts.
Okay.
Like she was like rambling and said a bunch of crazy shit. It was supposed to be like a kid's benefit.
Oh God.
And so yeah, it made sense, and it was like a great scene for the movie. And then nope, didn't happen. None of it happened.
That's awful.
Yeah,
What a horrible place to go with the movie.
dog shit. And here's the thing, though. There were sequences and stuff that were really awesome. A lot of it was really well done, like technically and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And so,
Special
like
effects,
the sequences that were good were like really good, but they were too far and few between.
And because it ends up being not have
Well,
happened,
that
it just ruins
the
it.
ending, no matter what,
Even
it's
if they
just
were good
pointless.
sequences, it's just,
Because it's not even really like a twist.
it would be different.
It doesn't like. There's not like oh aha or anything like that. It's just like oh what the fuck. That's the only reaction. There's no like.
It sounds like they should have made it less about the star, and they should have moved on to whoever's gonna get it next faster and just done
But
it.
the thing is
But
that
instead, they want to drag it out into a third movie.
well, they were probably going to do a third movie either way. My thing is like, just write it differently so at the end she ends up on stage and does the same thing. It's not like a twist for that to still be, that could have just still been the ending. It wasn't a twist. It was like you guys copped out.
Yeah.
You know, like a twist is supposed to be like a reveal of something you didn't expect, but like that still resolves the plot.
I can't believe it was 2 hours.
You know what I mean? Like it's not supposed to just be like a switcheroo.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
It is. It's like it's a memory switcheroo.
Yeah, like if they did a trick, not a twist. It's like you guys are assholes.
Yeah.
You wasted everybody's time. So yeah, I didn't love that. Then took a little break. Schmirked a little worship.
You worshipped.
Packed a one hitter.
Got a little torn.
couple dozen times.
Couple dozen.
You know? Not really. But a few times. Got my edge back. And then it was time for the substance, clocking in at 2 hours and 20 minutes.
That's really long.
2 hours and 20 minutes. And it had one thing to say, and it said it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Not a good movie. Here's the thing. This movie, I didn't even know this
Holy
thing came
shit.
out. It's been out for fucking weeks on end. All of a sudden, I start hearing about it like crazy. It's everywhere. Wildfire, The Substance. What a film. It's what everybody says.
They're saying.
That's what they're saying to me.
That's what they're saying.
That's what the voices are telling me. And I listen to them. What can you do? You know, I listen. I talk a lot on this show, but when I'm not on this show, I'm listening.
Ear to the ground.
When I'm not talking, I'm listening. You better believe it. Demi Moore, love her. Seems great. Margaret Qualley, I mean, a day one for me since The Leftovers. Then Once Upon a Time cemented it,
Yep.
you know?
That's real.
All right, let's do it. Saw these like parallel shots of the movie to The Shining. Like, oh, that's a cool little homage. I'm getting interested in this. You know, saw some stills. Seemed interesting. Seemed like a cool, like, retro future style thing. I'm into that.
And they really pushed with those that collection of stills. They were like, look at how cool this movie looks.
And it doesn't look like that, the whole movie. That's the thing.
Yeah, yeah.
That aesthetic is just an intentional Kubrick thing in this one hallway that they hammer to hell. First of all, they do it multiple times, and then at the end, they literally splatter blood all over the walls, like when the elevator opens and the blood comes out.
Yeah.
And it's like, we all understood it was a Kubrick homage the second you put it on. That is like some of the most recognizable shit in the history of movies. I got it. You didn't need to then do that again at the end. That's one of many things they repeat over and over and over again. A billion references to Psycho the same way, just bashing him over the head. What else? A couple 2001 in
Space
there.
Odyssey.
So like another Kubrick-y thing.
Yeah.
Kind of like, and the movie just can't decide what it is in visual style in that way. And in tone, the movie's all over the place. It's listed as a satirical body horror movie.
That sounds like dog shit.
Pretty limited on, here's the thing. The satire is like, we get it. The message is like body shaming thing. women in their 50s are, thrown away by society.
Yeah.
And men in their 50s just continue to be gross pigs who run everything. And that's the main message of the whole movie. And they reinforce it over and over and over again. And it's like young girls are hot and old ladies are gross. And they just keep doing it. And men are gross. And we get it. And there's not a lot of humor in there. It is a little satirical. Like Dennis Quaid is just like an executive. And his whole thing is like, I'm obnoxious. I'm big. I'm loud. I smoke. I chew.
Yeah.
I'm obscene, all this stuff. And it, we get it. And it just keeps over and over and over.
He is.
We get it. We get it. And so that, I guess, is like, he is like doing the acting job of a guy in a satire. But Demi Moore isn't. And nobody else really is. Like, until the end, which I'll get to. But I'm just letting you know.
Qualley doing it?
No.
Okay.
Not really.
Okay.
Half of the time.
Okay.
She is when she's at work, she's like playing into the absurdity of the whole thing.
She's also in Kinds of Kindness, right?
I don't know. I don't watch terrible movies. Got him. Got him.
I think she is.
Fuck you, Yorgos. What's his name? Yorgos.
It's Yorgos.
Yeah.
With the last name starts with an L.
Lanthimos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's in that, and I would expect because of that performance that she does something fun in this, which is nice.
Well, no, but her ass is out a lot. It's pretty sick.
I saw that.
Pretty sick. Like insane slow-mo shit and stuff.
What?
Which is supposed to hammer home the satire, but really it's just like, yeah, this is nice. Like it's kind of like not satirical. It's like, yeah, people would watch this if this was a TV show. Like you guys are kind of missing your own thing here. You're kind of proving yourself right in making fun of something. Anyway,
that makes sense.
so basically Demi Moore is like a Jane Fonda type. She's in like a daytime jazzercise technician on, CBS or whatever. And essentially what happens is she like literally turns 50 and gets fired from the show. And it's like, we want someone young and hot. Okay.
Is this period? What is this, like in the 80s or something?
No.
Okay.
But the show, that's the type of show it is. Like what you're picturing is what it is.
Okay.
And then she's at the hospital for some reason. I don't really remember why.
Somebody's sick.
No. She's like getting a checkup or something. I don't remember. It's not relevant to the story. But then there's like,
exam.
It doesn't matter. It's not relevant to the story. And then there's like some young European looking guy, probably from Finland or Denmark.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're the perfect specimen. Blah, 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 blah.
Is he the doctor?
No, he's like a male. He's like a nurse.
Okay.
Who's in there like cleaning up. And then he just starts like grabbing her spine. And he's like, you're perfect. And then gives her like a USB drive. It's a thing for the substance. You watch the substance. It explains you're going to become two versions of yourself. One's hot and young. Every week you have to switch. You have to feed each other, and the clone has to stabilize with juice from you, basically. It's a whole thing. But it kind of explains the logic of the movie.
Is it your mind in the clone, too?
See, great question. So it says, remember, you are one, which should mean yes, and that you just can't let it run away. Basically, it's like you need to take care of the old body still. Because you're going to keep switching back.
Uh-huh.
So it does imply that.
Yeah.
This is when the movie goes off the rails. Basically, every time they switch, when they switch back, it's like, okay, so I'm skipping ahead, but eventually the old one starts to resent the young one for being young and hot because she's old and gross and has to look at the hot young body and is like, I'm not hot and young. Yeah. And then the young one, vice versa, resents her for being old and gross and not letting her live.
Be out more.
Yeah, she wants to be hot full time.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't make sense because then, like, as they were both resenting that element, it's one thing to be like, I'm going to stay in the body a little bit longer and, like, I don't care about the consequences, which does happen.
Yes.
But then it's like Demi Moore is like, I'm just going to cook a bunch of stuff and make a big mess. And then they switch back and she's like, what? This is a big mess.
Oh.
And so it's like, oh, so you're not conscious while you're doing it?
Right, because you're supposed
Because
to be
you
one.
would know of the mess when you're the old lady.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't be a surprise. You'd wake up knowing what just happened.
Yeah, that's the idea.
But that's not how it's presented
Okay.
most of the time.
Okay.
Most of the time, it's like they wake up and they're like,
They're surprised.
you changed the apartment around?
Yeah.
It's like, wait.
But do they magically remember certain things, like important things?
Not really, no. But
Okay.
so like Margaret
Well,
Qualley
that's
is
good.
like about to get laid she's the hot young one. So Margaret Qualley's about to get laid, and time is about to run out, and she's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna stay as me like a little bit longer." And then when Demi Moore switches back, her finger has aged like significantly. So basically, fucking with the rules means the old body is gonna get all fucked up.
Oh.
So they're telling you need to keep switching because you need to keep switching. And basically she keeps picking up the stuff at this like locker. And this locker has like the retro future look and all that stuff. And it's very inconsistent. The house is like an old 80s condo thing.
But then it's future in the
Yeah,
inside.
it's dumb. And then anyway, so Margaret Qualley, again, unclear if she's supposed to be Demi Moore or not. Because she then like realizes she should apply for the old job because they're now casting a hot young version.
Yeah.
She gets it right away. And this is where it's kind of satirical. She just comes in and smiles and dresses really hot. And they're like, you've got the job. And then she just smiles really big. And they're like, we all love you so much. And Dennis Quaid just keeps being gross and like all this stuff.
Yeah.
And that stuff's like very satirical.
Yeah.
But like then the stuff at the house just isn't. It's very like dramatic
And serious, right?
and serious.
That's supposed to be the horror aspect, essentially.
But it's not that horror-y.
right.
There's just like tension.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's
it just doesn't really play. And then eventually she just decides like, fuck it. I'm just going to be young.
full time.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then is young for like a couple weeks straight. And then Demi Moore wakes up and is like super old. And then like super old.
Is she like melting?
Basically. Yeah.
Oh shit.
So then whatever, they switch back again. Whatever. And then once she's old, she says she wants to end it. Which means
As
they
you would.
basically give you a thing to like kill the clone.
Yeah.
And then she decides at the last second, she's like, no, I still want it. And it's like, well, what do you mean? I just don't understand why you still want it. It's like, you're the reason you're old. Like, that's just what's confusing to me, is that if they truly were one, she would be aware of what she's doing to the other body and just wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Because, and I get the logic of like, well, she's addicted to being young again, but she doesn't seem like the same person. She seems like just a young, hot, new person who gets greedy and doesn't care, because it just doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. It doesn't read that she is still herself, and it doesn't read that that's what's happening, is that the hot self just doesn't care. It seems like it's a separate person. So anyway,
Definitely part of the experiment.
she then decides she doesn't want to kill the other one, but the other one's already kind of dead. So then she seems to kind of like trick the system, because the girl's like half dead, and then she like does a transfer thing to like start it up again, like what they're supposed to do when they switch.
Yeah.
And instead of it like killing them both, which is what it seems like is going to happen, like, oh, you're trying to switch with a dead person.
Yeah.
You're just both going to die and it's going to end. And that's the moral of the story. Like, being this greedy, blah, 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 isn't worth it. And now you're both dead.
So this is like an hour and 50 minutes in this happens.
Yes, precisely. And that's how it seemed. And that would be a solid ending and a decent movie and whatever. And also, all the Margaret Qualley scenes are just her like filming the workout show, and it's just ass, like pussy stretch, like crazy shit, like crazy shit in close-ups, and they do it all the time, over and over and over and over again. Like, it's insane. It's insane. And then, and then what the ending happens to be is that Margaret Qualley comes back to life, and then they end up both being alive at the same time, and it's like, oh, you've gamed the system.
Yeah.
So what you can now do is like work together. But no, they are like they're separate people. This just makes them further separate people as they're literally both alive at the same time. Margaret Qualley sees the syringe that says it's like termination or whatever and kills Demi Moore. But it's like, you're alive and she's alive. You guys should both just have a realization instead. And then like Margaret Qualley, you're supposed to be this like famous actress. Just leave. Who cares anyway? She's an old bag.
Right.
Like you've won now.
Yeah.
So none of it adds up. And she then kills Demi Moore, which then like makes her fall apart.
Oh.
And like her ears come off when she starts bleeding and her teeth fall out and all this stuff.
Oh shit.
And it's not really that scary and it's whatever. And then like then what happens also makes no sense, that she gets ugly and no one notices. Nobody
Really?
notices that she's bleeding and any of this stuff. And then she goes back to her apartment and tries to do it again. Like she tries to do a clone of herself even though she's the clone, and it says explicitly to not do that.
Yeah.
So then what is reborn is like a complete monster thing. And then the monster thing gets all dolled up and puts on a dress and goes to the event anyway. She's now supposed to host the like New Year's Eve ball. Like that's what this is all leading up to.
Really?
And then she takes a big printout of her face and puts it over the monster. And everybody's like, hey, how you doing? You've been late. And nobody notices who she is, that it's a big monster.
Is it really a big monster?
Yeah, it's a big monster. Like this is supposed to be the satire part, I guess.
Okay.
And all of a sudden it's a completely different movie and just nobody notices that it's a big hideous monster. And I'm missing whatever this is supposed to be a metaphor for. I don't know. That old people can still do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever it's supposed to be, I don't know. And then
that we're all monsters.
And then like the face falls off and everybody's horrified and then they kill the monster, I think is the end.
I don't believe you.
Dude, I swear to God. And then literally I'm just like, and they're hammering all the points home over and over and over, like hammering it all home.
Holy shit.
And I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, let's go. Like, I literally was like making the motion with my hand, like, let's go. And literally, I'm not kidding, more and more of the movie is increasingly in slow motion. There's like 5 minutes of slow motion, different things happening at the end of the movie. And it's just brutal to get through. And it's not funny. And it's not horror, and it's just a monster. And it's like, it's cool that they were able to like make like a what seems to be a practical monster.
Yeah,
that's cool. Great. That you did that, and the effects of it blowing up and stuff are good. The payoff just not worth it. I waited way too long. The horror elements aren't there, and the body stuff is there, like the Cronenberg-y type like practical effect stuff is all there.
Yeah.
And there's hot naked chicks, and that's cool, but outweighed by the bad. Just too much bad. Not enough of a point for that long of a movie for then it to just like completely switch in a way that was not effective for me at all.
So I want a cut of just the monster shit, basically, is what it sounds like. And I'm going to wait for that.
No, you need to watch the whole thing. You're going to be a member now. You can also go see this.
Yeah. But I mean, holy shit. Sounds awful. Sounds like fun. Sounds like a fun afternoon.
Like it was fun, and you definitely didn't know where it was going to go, and a lot of it was good, and then it was just. And then I think the other part of it is like double feature.
Yeah.
Got to me
because
I was ready to leave.
It's also because of Smile 2. Let's face it.
Well, that movie was bad. This movie was worse. I think I liked Smile 2 more. I would say.
It sounds like this one's better.
It's not, but. Outside of the ending of Smile 2, but the ending of The Substance was was just as bad of an ending for me. That either way, if we go by the first 90%, like Smile 2 was better and had higher moments. Now, there's a ton of great moments in The Substance. It just didn't work for me.
Yeah.
If you want to see it, go see it. Whatever. But
yeah.
I did not like it, and the ending was really bad. But it's worth seeing.
Yeah.
In a theater. Like the entertainment value is there for most of it. Again, I just think I'd already been there for 4 hours.
Yeah.
And I just knew I wasn't liking how it was going. So I was more just like really ready to leave because I wasn't liking it. So I think had I just gone to see it solo, the ending would have been more tolerable. But it still wasn't good.
Yeah. I'm probably going to see that one. I'm not going to lie. And I won't see Smile 2.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's what I would say to do.
Yeah. It's just this is not my vibe, you know.
All right, Justice, I'm going to give you 5 minutes here because this went longer than we thought.
Holy shit. I don't think that I'm going to have the ability.
So give the people some recommendations. You said you had some things to discuss. If you can't do it in 5 minutes, that's crazy because you talked about it like it was going to be 20 to 15.
Yeah, like a whole segment.
Yeah.
I'm just going to read to everybody the...
You're just going to read a list of movies you saw, and then that's it?
Are you ready for it?
Uh-huh.
All right, sick. Well, yeah, because I haven't gone to the movies yet. All right, so I think I'm going to try to get done one more movie till Halloween. Also, happy Back to the Future Day, by the way.
Thank you.
It's October 21st.
I know.
But not that movie. None of those movies, actually. But my horror list.
Uh-huh.
Did you count this in your horror list, these 2 movies that you just saw? Smile 2 and...
I don't have a horror list.
So you haven't been really watching any spooky shit?
Whatever's on the show.
Maxine
last week.
I just did Maxine, actually. The only one that I have left is Pearl to watch out of those 3.
Why would you skip Pearl? It's the second one.
I know.
What the fuck?
I just wanted to watch Maxine more.
You do dumb shit like that on purpose all the time.
I'm excited for Pearl, though.
Maxine's better.
I didn't like Maxine as much.
Well, you're a loser.
Well, so you didn't like X then?
I liked it. It was fine.
Oh, so X is...
Listen to the episode.
Yeah. So I'm gonna watch Pearl, then I'll listen to the episode.
Sure.
Or maybe I'll listen to the episode then watch Pearl. No,
Great.
I don't want that one to be ruined.
Great.
I also did right back to back with that one. I did the second what's his name?
You're looking at your phone.
I had to find it.
He's looking at notes and can't say anything. It doesn't make any... What's the point of the notes?
I don't have my glasses. I never bring my glasses here.
You can't read your own phone?
No.
Then how do you use it?
I wear glasses most of the time.
Anyway.
No, the second of Romero's Night of the Living Dead series.
Dawn of the Dead.
Yes.
Yeah.
First time watching that one.
It's great.
It was a lot of fun. I had a great time.
Yeah, it's the best one.
I didn't realize that it made like the in a mall trope, you know? Like that was the one.
Malls were new at the time. Yeah, it was really early on that actually.
It was a lot of fun. I've definitely seen the other 2 of the 3 originals because I think there's more than that.
There's Night of the Living, then there's Dawn, then there's Day, and then there's like Diary, like way, way later.
And then they remade one of them, I thought.
Well,
no, 2 of them.
Zack Snyder remade Dawn of the Dead, but they're like superhuman and they run really fast.
Yeah.
It's not good. I don't like it. But that was like one of his first movies.
I just don't remember liking that one at all.
Yeah, there was a remake to Day of the Dead as well, but that's like straight to DVD.
Yeah.
And if there's one of Night of the Living, that's just silly, but I'm sure there is.
I don't think that one's been remade. I think you're right. That straight to DVD one I've seen quite a few times actually for some reason. But
the original Day of the Dead isn't that good either.
Right. I didn't like it.
It's in a bunker.
Yeah, but the first one I've seen the most recently. So watching the second one now, I think I watched it like last year, and like this one I feel like just it was so much fun. That 80s score is just fucking sick, dude. We love a good drum and a zombie march, you know?
It's a great movie.
Plenty of explosions, too. I was really looking for thrills on my spooky list this year.
What else you got?
I did the remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That was a straight...
Why?
I wanted to try it.
Why?
It was bad.
It's really bad.
It was really bad.
All remakes of those are bad.
It's true. But I always watch them. I don't really have any other reason other than to judge it against the original.
There's one Friday the 13th remake that was like okay, I feel like, but it still wasn't good. But I couldn't even tell you which one and when it came out or anything like that. But none of those work.
I haven't really
Rob Zombie's Halloween I like.
Yeah, those are really good.
The second one is not good. It's unwatchable.
What is that one called?
Halloween 2.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't remember that one. I remember the first one though, and the first one I think I was gonna watch it the other day, but no, I liked that one a lot, and that's one of the only remakes of an original that's pretty good.
That's what I'm saying.
that I know of.
Yeah.
Because this one was trash. It was like
Yeah. It's like a really bad movie.
there's
The original is like untouchable. I would say it's more untouchable than Halloween
100%.
because it's too in its moment and unique.
100%.
Yeah.
It is like it's also scary. I don't know why that seems to be like everybody misses the point
They
when
go
they make
only
a fucking
for the
horror
gore.
movie.
They go for the gore with Chainsaw. They don't get it.
It drives me fucking crazy.
Friday the 13th should be easy because you could make it good for the first time.
Right.
The original ones aren't good. They're fun and, campy. So you could make a good one. You'd be the only person who ever made a good one. Nobody can do it. It makes no sense.
Okay, but one of them isn't on here that I was excited to talk about.
On your own list that you
Yeah,
made?
my own list, man.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's just a highlights on my Instagram. That's it.
Oh, so you didn't do anything to prepare.
No. I just have notes when I shared the movie poster. But no, The Hills Have Eyes. Have you seen the original Hills Have Eyes?
Nah, not into it.
It's pretty fun. I actually highly suggest it. Well, the original one is like disgusting.
Right.
It's like there's like a nasty. There's.
Well, it's like isn't that early Wes Craven?
The original one is. The
Yeah.
new one is not. But yes, it's like one of his.
Yeah. When I said early, why would I mean the remake?
I don't know. Maybe because it was
Wes
a remake
Craven
of-
got started in 2002.
Yeah. But the original one, honestly, like, it felt like almost like a Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah.
I think it went hand in hand with that, like,
all of those are the same.
eeriness.
Well, just like that, Texas Chainsaw and Halloween were all just like no budget, young dudes DIYing it. So they all are like kind of tied together in the same thing. But Halloween was much later.
Yeah.
But yeah, they are all kind of similar.
I think I
Last
rewatched
House
the
on the
original
Left is like that. That was first, I think.
Blair Witch.
Never seen it.
Oh, it's one of the first found footage movies.
I know.
That's
I
the
know
only
about
reason why.
But I know
feel like I watched it.
I know what everybody knows what happens, so it's spoiled. There's no point.
Yeah,
really.
it's not really that. It's kind of hard to watch, to be honest, but it's worth it.
Yeah, it seems like it's a theater experience when you don't know what's coming in 1999. It doesn't seem like it's
You could also use it as
Fire it
visuals for your set,
no.
That's fun.
I wouldn't do that.
I would do it for like,
I would use Lost Highway.
that's real.
Yeah.
That's a good one
Yeah, I know.
for visuals.
Big Lynch guy.
I did see, you were talking about earlier, but how much this movie, The Substance, looks like other movies. I saw like it was like at least a 2-minute reel of fucking.
It's like beyond an homage.
Yeah.
It's like
It's
you're
just a
like,
ripoff.
Yeah, I wouldn't even call it a ripoff but it's just like you're just like recreating it for fun. It's just like it has nothing to do with your movie at all. An homage would be, oh, the carpet and this hallway looks like that one.
Yeah.
That's a nice little note. But then they show it over and over again and do creepy stuff in it. And then there's blood all over the walls. And it's like, and it's forced because it's like, oh, well, the girl then turned into a monster and then came back to the place and then walked through that hallway once it was bleeding. And then that's how there's blood all over the wall. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, you took steps to write it so it would be like The Shining in some way again.
Yeah.
And it's like, why is having a hallway like a part of your story? It's just like, this isn't The Shining, so can I watch The Substance, please?
Right.
That's the problem. But I don't think anyone would. That's why you're seeing all the comparisons, It's not like anyone would watch it and be like, wow, what a cool style that's original.
Right.
Nobody thinks that, but yeah, it's beyond an homage, but just not an. I just wouldn't go as far as to be like, they're stealing. I don't think that. I just think they kind of like. It's just too much.
Yeah.
It's just poor taste.
The only reason why it doesn't seem like it's
I became
more
a
is
gay
'cause of
man. all
How
of a sudden.
many?
It's just poor taste.
It's how many times they do it though.
Yeah.
I also got some other.
You're over 5 minutes.
Damn. Well, I'm gonna read the rest of them off. A Quiet Place Day 1, awful. Don't watch it.
Uh-huh.
Alien Romulus, Don't watch it.
You talked about that on the show.
Oh, word. And then all the new Halloween. So Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends.
Terrible trilogy.
Awful movie.
The first one's good. The first one's pretty good.
It's okay.
On rewatch, it's not as good.
When the doctor gets run over, that's crazy.
The first time you see it, it's good. And then the second time you see it, it's not as good. But the second one is awful. And the third one is one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
They're really bad.
And it's funny, though. It's like it's almost like a meta thing that they did. It's like, we're going to do with this third one what happened to the franchise anyway. We're just going to write it off a cliff and do something really fucking stupid that everybody hates.
Yeah.
It's like, why did you do this? Why did you make any of these if this was the point? Like, what the fuck? Drives me insane.
Needless to say, it's been a super fun, spooky season.
Stop calling it that, dude. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Who cut your fucking balls off? God.
I think I have.
It's like I also have a white girlfriend. It doesn't mean I'm like getting pumpkin spice lattes and wearing Ugg boots and shit. Like, Jesus.
I need my PSL stat.
Do you follow Reductress on Instagram?
For sure.
I bet you do. And you relate. I'm sure you relate.
It's relatable stuff.
For you, it should not be. That's the point I'm trying to make. All right, we got a quick sports corner here to wrap this one up.
I didn't realize that you had to do this too. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, you don't fucking listen ever. No, a lot of people have a really hard time listening.
I thought about it going in too.
You have headphones. Like, my voice is directly going into your ears, and you managed to not listen. Yeah, I said 5 minutes because I had 5 minutes to do.
How long has it been?
We're way over. We're way over.
Never when you need me.
So anyway, I told you the whole time that I had to do this at the end and that I've been doing it at the end.
I remember that part.
Not a whole lot of updates here. Another great week. I am up like crazy on the year. And these are all still my preseason picks.
That's amazing.
I'm the only guy holding himself accountable by doing preseason picks all year long. And we went 8-5 this week. There's 2 Monday night games on right now that I'm probably doing right on. Let's see. I'm going to check it real quick. Not like we're in a rush or anything, right, Justice?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, Ayuk tore his ACL and MCL, and Debo's in the hospital. That's crazy.
Wait, what? Just tonight?
No, that happened yesterday. That's the news update. Tonight, the Buccaneers are up 10-0, and I have the Ravens, and the other game has yet to start. All right. Anyway, 8-5 with the games that have happened so far. I'm just going to go in order of this sheet I have. Thursday night. I actually picked the Broncos over the Saints. I would not have done that going into the game. Funny how the preseason pick evens out in this case. Bo Nix isn't good, but Sean Payton is a good coach, even though people keep making fun of him. The Broncos just keep winning, and that shouldn't happen. So that's impressive. Let's see. Patriots, Jags. I took the Patriots. They're awful. They're awful. If you can lose to the Jags, who are awful, you're awful.
Are they, you think? Are they going to?
Who?
Who won? Not yet. It hasn't happened yet.
I'm recapping the previous week. All of this happened.
Hey, you got it right.
No, I got this one wrong.
Okay.
You're not listening.
Okay, I'm locked in now.
Dolphins, Colts. Had the Colts. Easy one this week. Was technically a bold prediction in the preseason. The Dolphins are fucking terrible. Can Tua come back? Will it matter? Probably not. It'll be too late. Bills, Titans. Easy. The Titans are terrible. The Bills are awesome. Josh Allen rules. And they now have Amari Cooper. That's a threat to Baltimore in the AFC, ladies and gentlemen. That's a contender.
Oh?
Bengals, Browns. I took the Browns. Nobody should ever take the Browns ever again. The Browns are awful. Deshaun Watson ruptured his Achilles. Good riddance, Deshaun Watson. Nobody likes you. Nobody wants you around. The fans were cheering. The players were defending him. Not a good look to defend that man. Don't defend him.
Oh.
Yeah. Look up Deshaun Watson. Shit's crazy what that guy's been up to.
Okay.
But he gets $45 million to have a ruptured Achilles, so can't really complain there, can you, Deshaun?
That's fucked up.
Jets, Steelers, had the Steelers. Jets, desperation mode. Oh, my God, we fired our coach. We're never going to win. Oh, no, that wasn't good enough. Now we're going to trade for Devontae Adams. But even that's not good enough. We're going to make this Hassan Reddick thing happen. And then what are we going to do? We're going to lay a fucking egg on national television to Russell fucking Wilson. The Jets are cooked. It's over. Fuck Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Fuck that guy.
What an embarrassment. It's like, what do you guys think? You're going to fire your coach and then win the Super Bowl? Like, no matter what, that just wasn't going to happen. And you can't even fucking win. You're bending over backwards for this guy for 1 year. I mean, this guy's LeBroning you and isn't even good. At least LeBron puts up 20 and 10 every night. 28. What do we got? Texans, Packers. Had the Texans. Jordan Love, turnover machine. They shouldn't have won, but their defense is good. Josh Jacobs is going to beat up the Bears. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad when we have to play the Packers. I don't like that. Surprised the Texans lost. They have some problems on offense that need to be addressed. But they're still a contender. Still a contender. Come on, Justice. Just because you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about doesn't mean you get to laugh and make it sound like I'm saying something more than what I'm saying.
You're not.
Rams, Raiders. Rams, easy. Raiders, completely dysfunctional. Antonio Pierce, big mistake. Fire him.
It's just the characterizations that are humorous to me, not the actual words. You know?
Kansas City, San Francisco. Got it wrong. Pick the 49ers, who are free falling. Call Tom Petty, baby. Yeah. It's ugly. It is ugly in Santa Clara. Kansas City, also ugly, but they don't lose. So... can you complain? Probably yes. They should trade for somebody. Khalil Herbert, perhaps. Give us a draft pick. Let's see. Lions, Vikings. Had the Lions. The Lions are fucking awesome.
Oh, shit.
Love the Lions. Can root for them in division because, hey, they deserve it, frankly. And they're fucking sick. They'll fucking break your jaw. Jared Goff's a goon now, just stands in there throwing fucking lasers over the middle. Big dick Jared? Since when? Love to see it. They're awesome. Vikings, still frauds. I don't buy it. I ain't scared of them. Let's see. Seahawks, Falcons. Surprisingly, took the Seahawks. The Falcons are also an embarrassment, so I guess it doesn't really matter. The Seahawks don't seem to be very good either. Eagles, Giants, easy one. The Giants are a joke. Goodbye.
The Giants? You're saying that about the Giants?
Yeah, they're terrible.
Bummer.
And then Commanders, Panthers. Made a mistake of taking the Panthers for that one. Should never take the Panthers. They're the worst. Can't wait to get that draft pick. This has been Sports Corner.
Nice.
All right, I got a bunch of shit to do. Get out of my house. I'm kidding. You can stay. But I do have to leave, ladies and gentlemen. Please rate, review, and subscribe to Requiem for a Tuesday. Justice, you got any plugs?
MicrowaveMinutes.com, MicrowaveMinutes.com, MicrowaveMinutes.com.
You heard them. Check out all the links in the description below. And remember, I are fat. You are fat. We are fat. Calculator.
Fatty.